Okay, moving on. I want to look at an ellipse. So we finished our topic of the circle. An ellipse says is a set of all points in the plane in which the sum of whose distances from two fixed points is constant. Now these two fixed points we're going to call the foci. All right, so we talked about a fixed point in our parabola, which was the focus. Well, now we've got two of those, which we call the foci, these fixed points inside the ellipse. Well, it says the sum of whose distance from two fixed points is constant, so it does not change. It's the same, no matter where you are. If you add up those two distances from the two fixed points, it's going to remain the same at sum throughout. And it says the center of an ellipse is the midpoint of the segment between the foci. So in the middle of the two foci will be your center point. And the major axis of an ellipse is longer than the minor axis. So down here you can see a sketch of an ellipse centered here at the origin. So the center point right here in the middle of these two foci, which I've labeled F1 and F2, those two fixed points that are C units from the origin. One of them C units to the right, one C units to the left. But again, you can see the middle or the center there at the origin. Now our major axis is the axis that contains the center, the foci, and also what we call the vertices. And that's these points here of A and A prime. So the vertices are the key part of the graph. When you want to sketch it, they're the ends of your major axis. They're the ends of your ellipse. And these points B and B prime are the ends of what we call the minor axis. So it's the shorter of the two. And the minor axis contains, in this graph, your y-intercept points. And, of course, the vertices end up being the x-intercept points. That's because we're centered at the origin. But let's talk about that a little more in depth. So what is the standard form equation? So that's been our key, right, is the standard form equation. So we've talked about the standard form of parabola, right? We've talked about the standard form of the circle. Now we're going to add to it the standard form of the ellipse, who's centered at the point H and K. So with that said, it says we have the sum of two squared terms. So like we did with a circle, we're adding two squared terms together. And the x term is formed by subtracting the x coordinate from the center. So h is the x coordinate, so x minus h squared forms the x term. And y minus k is the y coordinate, the center forms the y term. Now, different than a circle is we have coefficients other than 1. So in a circle, the coefficients are the same. They're always reduced to 1, or they are 1. Given to you. So with that said, we're going to have different coefficients, and we can call those coefficients here 1 over a squared and 1 over b squared. And one thing we know is that a in an ellipse will always be greater than b, and will be greater than 0. So with that, we talk about a, b, h, k. We talk about those key characteristics. They give us everything we need for our graph. So if we're centered at H and K, we would plot the center point HK first. And then we would start to form the graph by looking at the vertices. So the vertices are recognized by the value of A. So where do we get A? Now A will be the larger of the two denominators. Now in this problem A is with X. That could change. A could end up being with the Y squared term. So these can switch. But we're looking at what we call a major axis that's horizontal in this example. So A is with the x term. The x term, again, x-axis runs horizontally. So that means we're going to go right and left A units. So we're going to add and subtract A to the x-coordinate center, and that'll put us here at the vertices. So you can see those 2 points plotted, which is the ends of our major axis. Right? So that's the vertices. And the foci, remember we determined by the value of C. Now you say, well, where is C? In this equation, we don't have C given to us. But you'll notice we have an equation. Here's the relationship with A and B. C squared always equals A squared minus B squared. So from our standard form equation, we'll know A squared and B squared. So C squared will be the difference of those two. So we would take the square root to get C, and we would measure right and left C units, and we plot those two fixed points, right, which we call the foci, which we said the sum of the distances from any point on the ellipse, right? For example, if we were looking at the distances from these two, D1 and D2, if we were to add those up, it would be no different than going from here. say I was looking at these points, and I'm going to do it in a different color. Say I was looking at the distances with these. Well, D3 and D4, their sums would be equal. So again, that's with an ellipse. So D1 plus D2, right, will always equal D3 plus D4. It's going to be the same throughout. It wouldn't matter where you are. So that's what we mean by the sum of the distance is always constant from any point on an ellipse. So just going back to that definition we mentioned earlier. Now remember we talked about the minor axis. And the length of the minor axis is 2b. So again, you would go up and down b units, right, to plot these minor axis endpoints. So if you were looking at the minor axis endpoints, you would be h, k plus b. And down here you would be the point h, k minus b. And of course the distance here is 2b. Going up and down b units. But that's our standard form with a major axis horizontal. So just remember, in a major axis horizontal, A will be with X. And let's switch that up now. Now let's look at what happens if our major axis is vertical. So if our major axis is vertical, and I do want you to know, with the major axis, going back to our last one, horizontal, what does this graph look like? It looks like it's stretched out horizontally, right, along the x-axis. And now we're going to be stretching out our ellipse vertically along the y-axis. And what's the difference in the standard form equation? Now we've got a with y. So we've got a squared with the y squared term. So now x minus h squared is over b squared plus y minus k squared over a squared. And with all these standard form equations of ellipse, one thing we do want to make note of, we might not have mentioned our last one, it always equals 1, our standard form. And again, A is greater than B. So how do we recognize where A is? It's the larger of the two denominators in an ellipse. So we're going to find the vertices, instead of going right and left along the x-axis with a major axis horizontal. Now that we're vertical, we're going up and down along the y-axis. We're going up and down from the center. So you can see here we've gone up A units, we've gone down A units, and plotted the ends of the ellipse, the major axis. And the foci, again, up and down C units, right? Again, there's those distances traveled to the foci, right? C units. So again, you see those values there. So A and C tell us that. And of course, the ends of the minor axis, right? If you want to plot those, this would be H plus the value of B, K. And if we went left, we would subtract the value of B, right, from H minus B. So again, remember this is B, right? The values of B tells the ends of the minor axis. But that's your standard form. So with that, let's go to an example. All right, it says find the standard equation, standard form of the ellipse with vertices at -5, 0, and 5, 0, and foci at -3, 0, and 3, 0, and then graph it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and graph it. So they've given us information. Let's go ahead and look at a sketch of this graph. Let's go ahead and build in our x and y axis. So we've got vertices at 5, 0. So right 5 units from the origin would be a vertex. And we got another one over here at -5, 0. There's the other vertex. Now remember, the vertices are the ends of your ellipse. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and plot in the foci. Foci is right 3 units. I'll plot them in a different color. There's a focus. And left 3 units, there's the other focus. -3, 0. Now with that said, in the middle, the midpoint of those is the center. So there's the center of the ellipse. So the major axis runs through all those points. So we're centered at the origin 0, 0. Now we got enough to sketch in the graph, the ellipse. So we'll go ahead and do that. So we look at our ellipse. Right, let's go ahead and sketch it in. Right, there's a picture of its graph. There's our ellipse graphed in there. And again, it looks like a circle stretched out horizontally along the x-axis. Now, the graph, since we got a major axis is horizontal, so we'll make that note. Where is our major axis? Major axis is the axis containing your center, your vertices, and your foci. Now, with that said, the standard form equation let's go ahead and write that in. We know that with the major axis being horizontal, our squared term, the x term, x minus h squared, is going to contain a, plus y minus k squared over b squared. B will be with y, and remember it always equals 1. So there's our standard form equation. So again, it's getting a graph of that. So again, x minus h squared over a squared. All right, so we got everything in front of us. Let's go back to our graph here. So there's our center point, right? So our center is that point 0, 0. So there's h and there's k, right? And it might help me in my graph. That might be confusing you. I didn't even use my 0.50. Let's go ahead and resketch that. Let's go ahead and redo that real quick so we can fix that. So again, what do we know about the vertices? Those are the ends. I went with the foci in my graph. Let's replot those. Left 5, negative 5, 0. And right 5 over here at 5, 0. Again, my ellipse. Graphing that in there. There's the ends, the vertices. Put the foci back in here. 3, 0 and negative 3, 0. And of course the center here at the origin, 0, 0. But again, with that, right, we've got our center point. Now we also know the values of A. So let's go ahead and mark those in here. So our value A, again, A, remember, is the distance, right? The distance from the center to the vertices. So A is 5 units, right? We went 5 units to the left. We went 5 units to the right. That's the value of A. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and put the value of C. So remember, C is the distance traveled, right, to the foci. So C is 3 units, right? We've gone right and left 3 units. So that's the value of C. So we got H, we got K, we've got A. So back over here, let's write in our equation. So x minus h squared, that's x minus 0, the x coordinate of the center point, divided by A was 5, we went right and left 5 units to the vertices, plus y minus k squared, k is the y coordinate of the center, which is, again, centered at the origin, the midpoint of the foci and the vertices, divided by b. Now I don't have b. So here's my unknown in this problem. So we need to go ahead and get b. So how do we find b? So remember our relationship is c squared always equals a squared minus b squared, an ellipse. So we can plug in what we were given. So we were given c, 3. We were given a, because we were given the foci and the vertices. So we can plug that into our equation. And we can solve for c, or solve for b, right? 9 is equal to 25 minus b squared. And as we solve that, subtract 25 over, we get negative 16 equal negative b squared. And we divide out a negative. B squared equals 16. And that's exactly what we're looking for, right? And you want to talk about b. B is a value of 4. And that's the distance to the ends of the minor axis, which we can add that detail to our graph if we want it. So back to our equation. X minus 0 squared, and I'm going to go ahead and simplify that. And that's x squared over 5 squared, which is 25, plus y minus 0 squared, which is y squared. And then now we know b. So again, this was 4 squared, right? So we're looking at 16 equal to 1. So there's our standard form equation, right, for our ellipse. Now back over here, if you want, let's go ahead and add to that. I'll put them in red here. We went up and down 4 units, so 0, 4 would be a y-intercept, and 0, negative 4. So remember, b tells you the distance traveled, right? B is 4. So we've gone 4 units up and down from the center to get to the ends of the minor axis. So there's your graph of that ellipse, and it's given that information. All right, let's take a look at one more example like that. Now this one has a major axis vertical, so I wanted to show you an example of each. Just find the standard form equation with ellipse with vertices of 0, 6 and 0, negative 6, and foci 0, 4 and 0, negative 4. So let's go ahead and build a quick sketch of the ellipse so we can see what we're looking at. So up 6 units, down 6 units from what? the center. Remember, the middle of these is the center point. So 0, 6, there's 0, -6. And the foci, let's go ahead and plot those up 4 units. 0, 4, these are those fixed points inside the ellipse, which we measure distance from. Their sum is always constant. That's the value of C. But again, we've got enough information to sketch in this ellipse, which is a graph stretched out vertically along the y-axis. And again, centered at 0, 0. So there's our center point, right? There's H and K, right? So that's the key piece of information, right? We'll start to form our equation of our circle. We've got to know where it's centered. Now, value of A, let's go ahead and mention that. What was the distance traveled from 0, 0 to 0, 6? A equals 6. And what is C? C is the distance traveled to the foci. So C is 4. So again, just graphing it, we see the key piece of information. And while we're at it, if you want, let's go ahead and find B. So we know that C squared equals A squared minus B squared. So that implies 4 squared equals 6 squared minus B squared. So 16 equals 36 minus B squared. As we subtract 36, we get negative 20 equal negative B squared, which means B squared equals 20. And if we want to talk about B equals the square root of 20, or what, 2 square roots of 5, you rationalize it. But I'll leave it like that. We're going to plug it into our equation, square it in a second. Now, one thing we make note of is our major axis, which is our axis that contains our center, our vertices, and our foci, is vertical, right? It's going up and down, this ellipse, right? It's going right on the y-axis, and we're centered at the origin. So with that said, our standard form with a ellipse whose major axis is vertical is we've got x minus h squared over b squared. So remember, a is always the larger of the two denominators, and a is always with the term of whatever your major axis is. So it's horizontal, it's going to be with x, because the x-axis runs horizontally. Major axis is vertical like this one. We're looking at our vertical axis, which is y, so that's where a will be. So y minus k squared of a squared. So you can see the difference from our last example to this one. A and B have switched up. A was with x in the previous example because we were going left and right with our vertices and foci from the center. Here we're going up and down vertically. So there we go with our standard form. Let's plug in information. So our equation, x minus 0, x minus the x coordinate in the center, squared over b squared, which we just found, the square root of 20 squared, plus y minus k. And y minus k be y minus 0. We're centered at the origin, right? So y coordinate of the origin 0. Divided by a squared. A is the distance traveled from the center to the vertices, which is 6 units. And that equals 1. So there's our equation. Let's simplify it, make it look a little better. We got x squared with x minus 0 squared. We square the square root of 20, we get 20. Y minus 0 is y, so we have y squared over 36 equal to 1. So we have its graph and we have its equation. So again, I give you some information. Get a picture of it. Get a visual. See what you have in front of you. Start talking about your characteristics that form that standard form equation. So again, you can see again this circle and ellipse here, and this one.